Our laws are clear. You can refuse illegal orders.
You can refuse illegal orders.
You must refuse illegal orders.
No one has to carry out orders that violate the law or our Constitution.
We know this is hard.
You know, under the law, if Trump gives you an unlawful order, like say, arresting or attacking a U.S. citizen on U.S. soil or illegally assassinating a fisherman off the coast of Venezuela, you don't have to follow it, right? Which is just the law. Well, Trump didn't like that, and he responded by accusing these Democrats of sedition and even calling for their death. Seditious behavior punishable by death. Okay, well, sure, why not? Why not call for the execution of sitting members of Congress because they're asking service members to follow the law? By the way, we're really sounding like libs these days on this show. I mean, this is, like you might as well just, you might as well just subscribe to MS Now. If you want
I know. It's not us, it's Trump. We would like to not be doing this, but I mean, he's just so over the top. And don't worry, we do. I mean, I think we're pretty good at criticizing the Dems. We're good at criticizing things like, the proxy war in Ukraine. So bear with us as we struggle through this lib territory in which we find ourselves. But what I like about his anger, his outburst over this, is he's basically saying, like, let me demand that you do illegal things.
Exactly right. Right. And let me demand you be executed if you object to me doing illegal things. And again, just stay tuned because later on in this episode, we do have plenty of mockery of libs. So for anyone wondering if we're getting all libbed out, don't worry. There's plenty of mockery of libs to come. But for now, let's check out Senator Marsha Blackburn. She's a Republican. Is she defending her Democratic colleagues from Trump's call for their execution? No. This is what she said.
Now, these traitors to our country should be arrested and put on trial. Their words cannot be allowed to stand. We won't have a country anymore. An example must be set. I'm pleased right now to bring in Senator Marsha Blackburn of Tennessee, member of the Senate Judiciary Committee, the Veterans Affairs Committee, and the Finance Committee. You are also running for governor of the great state of Tennessee. Welcome, and it's good to have you. That is incredible. Your colleagues there, you've got Kelly, you've got Slotkin. Why do you think they are using a video message like this to incite what some say is really a seditious behavior with members of the military?
By the way, I like that what's incredible for this Newsmax host is not, of course, Donald Trump's statement. It's the video calling for people not to follow his illegal orders. Yeah. That's the inciting thing. It's not Trump's call for like executions of either people like fishermen, as you said, or members of Congress and members of the Senate.
And one thing we know is that members of the military are there to execute their mission. They are there to carry out their orders. And what we have is a group of elected officials who, I agree with Pete Hegseth, Secretary Hegseth, on this. They have stage 4 Trump derangement syndrome. And they cannot, they're so power hungry, Bianca. And the fact that they do not control the House, the Senate, the White House, they are really so very frustrated. And I think that's because the American people have said, we don't agree with you. Your party has gone so left. You have gone so woke. You are so out of touch.
All right. So it's a typical woke defense. Like, I don't know what wokeness, whatever you think of that, has to do with a simple claim that members of the military don't have to obey unlawful orders, which is literally, that's part of the whole thing. I mean, when you're sworn into the military, that's one of the things that you are told, and you actually affirm that you don't have to execute unlawful orders. So I don't know where wokeness comes in here, but
maybe the wokeness is like if you see Venezuelan fishermen as human beings, that's like because you are, it's like a DEI thing.
Yeah, or you have stage 4 Trump derangement syndrome, as the senator just said about her colleagues. So anyway, that's really interesting stuff. Now let's turn to another Republican senator. This is Senator Bill Cassidy. He's at the forefront of sort of floating this new healthcare policy that Trump claims he's going to come up with, because, of course, very soon, Obamacare subsidies are set to expire, which is going to raise drastically the healthcare premiums for more than 20 million people. And Democrats recently fought to save those subsidies by shutting down the government, which they ultimately caved on, or at least a group of them caved on. So how are Republicans grappling with the fact that soon for so many people, healthcare is going to become even more unaffordable? Well, they're pushing this plan pushed by Trump that basically we're just going to give the money, we're going to give healthcare subsidies directly to consumers, and then they can do what they want with it. And somehow that's going to magically solve all their healthcare problems. So here is Senator Bill Cassidy explaining.
By giving the patient the money herself, though, she becomes a wiser consumer. And just think about it. If she goes and gets 2 types of shampoo and one's $1 cheaper, she'll get the cheaper one. And the other one lowers their price. Once you give her the power of having the purse, the power of making the decision, she's going to shop, get the lower price. That begins to save her money and squeeze fat and waste out of the healthcare system. That ultimately translates into lower premiums. This is the first step in lowering healthcare costs. Give the patient the power.
He's describing Obamacare. Obamacare is premised on these healthcare exchanges, these marketplaces where people can go and pick the cheapest plan for them. But because you're still subsidizing and propping up a for-profit healthcare insurance system, Obamacare had to have these additional subsidies to help people afford it. And now the Republicans are taking away those subsidies. So they're taking away the subsidies that help people pay for healthcare. And all they're saying is, we're going to give you the same subsidies in a direct check to buy the same unaffordable healthcare. It just makes absolutely no sense.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, what he's doing is actually taking away what people can do now to find cheaper coverage, right? Like, this is literally the opposite, because as we pointed out, there's so much concentration in the healthcare industry that there are 3 healthcare companies that control 80% of the market share of all U.S. health insurance coverage. So how are you going to negotiate with them? Where's the free market forces? How are those going to work out for people? What makes this actually even scarier, by the way, is that Cassidy knows this because he himself is a physician. He's a GI, a gastroenterologist. He must have a lot of heartburn if he has any conscience keeping him up at night. Now, what is also interesting, and this is an interesting contrast with Marsha Blackburn, is that, Cassidy actually he was one of the 7 Republican senators to vote to convict Trump of incitement of insurrection in his second impeachment trial. And I bring that up because, and as a result of that, the Republican Party of Louisiana censured him. But I bring that up because Marsha Blackburn was someone who defended Trump and defended the January 6th. So it's fascinating to watch her take sedition so seriously and treason so seriously when she herself defended January 6th.